Hey everybody, talking about stormtroopers today. And as you can tell by my beautiful background, I have a guest. But we don't want to move the camera because we just set it up and we don't want to give it away. So he's not going to be showing up, but we're going to have a little talk in a minute. Anyway, for now we're going to talk about stormtroopers. A lot of people consider them totally useless. And I was one of them for a long time. And then you read their entry a little while, and you're like, yeah, I really like them, but they're so not worth their points. Well, eventually, every guard player is going to go find himself some, and going to use them. There's a couple ways you can use them. It all revolves around the almighty Special Operations rule. There's 3 of them. You get to choose. There's Reconnaissance, which gives move through cover, and Scouts. Reconnaissance is alright. Reconnaissance is really good if you put them in a Chimera and you outflank with them. Because I don't think that infiltrate imparts to a vehicle, I'm pretty sure. So, but Scouts do, and Scouts is in this. So you can outflank them. And in a Chimera, it's wonderful. Move through cover, absolutely useless rule in my opinion. If you use a lot of force, maybe it's useful. I don't. I use barbed wire there, and it would be useful, but I don't really assault head on with these guys. Anyway, airborne assault is the next one, which gives the ability to re-roll the scatter dice when they deep strike. That's handy. I use it a lot. This is actually probably the one I use more than anything else. I prefer deep striking because it's easy. You get to choose where they go. They come in on a good time. I've never had them come in at a bad time. I personally haven't. I've played a lot. Anyway, that's basically all airborne assault is. If you're going to deep strike them, definitely take it. Next is behind enemy lines. Gives infiltrate, and their first volley counts as pinning. It's wonderful. Because every weapon's pinning, not just a couple. I mean, even a plasma gun and all that stuff. So you're definitely going to pin something with these guys. So that's a really handy one, if not just for the pinning, for the infiltrate too. A lot of boards you can infiltrate on, but if you find a board you can, consider it. Anyway, that's Spec Ops. If you're going to take them in a Chimera, take Reconnaissance, so that way you can bring them around. In a Chimera, they'll survive better. Definitely a lot better. And it'll be a just giant pain in the ass for your opponent. Otherwise, it's up to you. If you're going to deep strike them, take airborne. Otherwise, I highly recommend behind enemy lines so they can pin. They work best in squads of 10. However, they're ridiculously expensive, both money-wise and points-wise. So I work in a squad usually of about 6. Here's just a lot of them that I have. These are special weapons. The way you buy them is retarded. But anyway, I'm not going into GW right now. So anyway, other than that, the reason people don't like them is their stat line. Ballistic skill 4. Literally the only improvement over a regular guy. That and they have a 4+ saves, big whoop. Deplorable. Nobody in their right mind would take these if they are looking to win a tournament. However, they're badasses, and something about that makes you want to take them. The only real thing that makes them better than anyone else is the hotshot last gun, their primary weapon. It's AP3. Sounds wonderful. Space Marine killer right there. However, it does have a flaw. Strength 3, range 18. That's as strong as a normal last gun. It's terrible. Last guns are laughing stock. Call them flashlights. Well, these are flashlights, but with a nice penetrating beam. And range 18, not really a problem. These guys are going to be up close and personal anyway. But anyway, I highly recommend giving your sergeant a plasma pistol and a power sword. That way he can take on Space Marines, which is what I use these for. This is exclusively what I use these for, killing Space Marines. Anyway, either that or tank hunting, which they do well. Anyway, that's pretty much it as far as the actual, what I take and why people do and don't like them. So now we're going to get on to a wonderful story, real quick, and this is where my guest comes in. We were playing a game one time. I had to split my army because I only have one army, because I'm poor. Anyway, so he had the stormtroopers, right? And I had it was a special weapons team with my 3 flamethrowers. Well, the special weapons team were camping behind a tank, and he was having no luck taking out that tank with a melt-a-gun or a plasma gun. And he was in the rear too. Anyway, so he was having a terrible time, and the tank was already immobilized. So he's like, "I'm just gonna go for the squad behind it." So I'm like, "Well, they have pistols." Oh, I forgot to mention that they have pistols. I'll bring that up. No, I should talk about it now. All of them have pistols. People forget that. They have a hotshot last gun and a hotshot last pistol. Pistols are great because you can fire and assault. So these guys aren't bad in assault if they're targeting something weak. As far as guardsmen go, they're pretty great. But other armies, not really. Anyway, so I'm like, they have pistols, so you can assault with them. So I instructed him to do so, and he did. And he killed all of them but one. And that one guy killed everyone that charged him. It was like, what was it, 2 guys? Was it 3?
It was 3 troopers versus 1 flamethrower.
Yeah. And one flamethrower guy killed them all. It was great. It was a long combat, but he ended up killing them. I was like, what? But anyway, regular Joe Guardsman with a flamethrower. Killed 3 stormtroopers. You can take that as a reason not to take stormtroopers. I don't, because I like them, because they're badass. Anyway, anything else? As far as what special weapons to take, I highly recommend the plasma gun or the melta. Though I'm also a fan of taking the grenade launcher and flamethrower, which is everything. So I really should say I'm a fan of them all. But really, you can't go wrong. As long as you use the special weapon right, then you should. Anyway, that's pretty much it. So we're gonna cut it short. And so again, reasons not to take them. They're only ballistic skill 4 and armor 4 plus. So people don't, and they're ridiculously expensive. They're the price of a Space Marine, and they're definitely no Space Marines. But they're cool, and yeah. So we're gonna leave it at that, and just stay tuned, and you'll see awesome videos.